Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
Hey.
Hey T-Rob, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I had a super busy week.
Yeah. You said a week and it's only the middle of the week, right? So like
Well, I mean, I figure a week since the last time we talked, since the last
Oh, I got you.
time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we have some guests in the back room today, but before I bring them on, I want to do a little shout out, a little updates on my week. How do you want to share anything about your week before I get into it?
My week's been busy too. We can talk about it today, but I've been planning this Texas tour for these guys, and then got some merch stuff that I've been working on. So I've been scrambling trying to get something done real quick before the 15th, and it's hard to find stuff. So it's been a wild week for me as well. But yeah.
That's awesome. I know you've been busy. I know these guys have you working. So last week I went to New Orleans, right? I think the next day, right after
Yeah.
yeah. And so I wore my Pulse Chain shirt, my Pulse Chain California shirt, so I can always be representing. And I purposely made my flight stop in Denver because I love seeing Hexicans. I love this idea of road tripping, of meetups, of all this. So I made my flight go through Denver. Well, there was an option to have one that went through Denver, and it had this long layover. So I was like, oh, that's the perfect flight for me because my friend Expensive Taste is in Denver. And I
Okay.
was like, yeah, we'll get to hang out. So I want to give a big shout out to her because she is awesome. She is a great host. Took me to this awesome, little food spot. Her son was there. I wish he was in this picture. He's like standing over here in the corner, but he is an awesome kid. So I just wanted to shout her out. And then while I'm giving her, let's see, is this loading? Yeah, I'm giving her a little shout out. I also want to recognize, where is it? His name is Martina. You guys have probably heard him. He does like all these pictures in the
Oh
community.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that dude,
Yeah, and I
super
was
talented.
so honored and appreciative to have got my picture done. I know so many great Hexicans have their picture done, so I really felt, honored to be a part of that. But yeah, so that was pretty much my week. I went by, saw Expensive, went to New Orleans, came back. All the flying, all the germs picked up a couple of little a little bugs. So I'm happy to be home and chilling now.
Yeah, good. We're trying to get a little bit of rest, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and bring on our guests and see what's going on in their life.
It's the Texan tour.
What's up,
What's
guys?
what's going on? We
Yeah.
got Rags to Riches and the Hex Ray Vision on the road doing the Texan tour. How's it going, guys?
How do you think it's going?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
outstanding, man. I can't believe the hospitality and how warm and welcoming Texans are. This is the first time I've been here not driving truck, right? Where I actually get to go out and meet real human beings. And everywhere we go, everyone's so friendly, kind, and excited to meet another Hexican in real life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's awesome to have support. It's awesome to bring together two communities the Hex community, and then these folks who are really, really concerned with the freedom, the sovereignty movements. Just having them mingle is really neat. Just to sit back and watch all of these kind of relationships being sparked off, and people exchanging information and asking questions about Pulse Chain, and asking questions about Hex, and asking questions about just also crypto in general, how to set up a MetaMask wallet. And you guys know better than anybody else what that's like. So it's awesome. Really good.
Yeah, that's great, man. Good to hear. I was listening to your little video from I think it was day one, and you were just talking about the awesome mixture of people, like people that didn't know anything about crypto, people that's been in for a while, and all different mix. So that's really cool when you're in an environment like that.
Yeah, it's very important. I think right before this, I basically put a tweet out that said, one of the things that's being reinforced for me is there is no substitute for looking somebody in the eye and shaking their hand. And there's so much information that's lost over the internet, so much context, because we can't see people's reactions or their body language or this or that. So It's nice to be able to sit in front of people and really talk to them and teach them. And then also, have both people see that there's authenticity there, and we care about people winning. We care about helping people, and we just want to show them this awesome opportunity with Pulse Chain and Texan.
Cool.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I've done this. I've done the road life, out there meeting the people, and there's nothing like it. There's nothing like them being able to just reach out and touch you. Like, it just feels so much more real, crypto coming off of the computer. To people, and they appreciate that. They appreciate the opportunity to get to actually shake your hand and know that you're not just some bot with a really funny personality.
You do look like a bot, though, Brandon. I didn't want to say that. But...
Well, I mean, it's hard to program the red hair, but I guess so. Whatever, man.
I have a question for you guys. When did the road trip start, and how far into this are you guys?
Well, I think me and Hex Chick were planning on coming down to October for real estate conference. We were turned on to by our financial advisors, which, by the way, she's back here. She's not going to come close to the camera. She's glaring at me right now. But we were coming down here, and we had talked about there's all these Texans that are going to be getting these tokens, but they don't know anything about crypto yet. And I said, let's put together a tour. I'll come down there with my RV, and we'll just hit the major cities or anywhere where we have Texans or Hexicans, and let's do meetups. Let's try to create a freedom love child. And that's what this is, because the Hexicans are all about financial freedom. Texans are about political freedom, and what we need to do is get those two communities together, and start growing synergy between them. And so that's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe a month ago.
Yeah, over a month ago, we've been in country, so to speak, starting October 3rd, and we're going to be here. We're going to be here past the 9th. Our last scheduled stop is in Houston on 10/9. And that's I think that's Black Page Brewing. So after that, there's going to be some time that I have before I fly out of here. So we're just kind of there's a couple other cities that we can hit, or anything we can do to kind of just increase brand recognition with Pulse Chain and Texan while we're here.
Yeah,
Very cool.
That is amazing, this schedule that you guys have going on, because I've done the driving, I've done these schedules, and I see you guys have a different brewery like every day. So, like, how are you feeling? Like, are you guys like waking up every day, hitting the road, driving, a couple hours, you're there? Like, is that kind of what you got going on?
Yeah, I think both him and I, we kind of thrive off of that change of scene. So it's really, it's a journey, man. It's like exciting. We just go out there, we wake up, we hit the road, we take care of business, we go to the meetings, we meet people, we take pictures, we talk, we exchange information, we go to sleep, we wake up and keep doing it all over, and it's awesome. What do you think?
I love it. Depending on how the breweries go, we'll just schedule an AA meeting at the end, right? Like, we'll just go get help when the tour's over, You know,
We should have
the
brought a
Texas
traveling
Beer
nurse
Club.
with us.
Texas
first-
Beer Tour.
Yeah.
yeah.
Neither one of you two are actually from Texas, and now you guys are like doing this road tour. How are you able to know where to go? Who is helping? What is going on in the background?
Well, there's this guy that I know him on Telegram as Trob. I don't know if you guys know him. So I think Trob sensed that I'm completely inept when it comes to organization or planning. So Trob kind of stepped in. He's like, "Yo, Rags, you need some help, buddy? You good here?" I was like, "You know what, man? I'm really, really good at this. But I'm just going to go ahead and let you have this one." And Trob spent a lot of time on the phone talking to folks, calling around and getting this all set up. So it's actually a blessing that he stepped in, because I was feeling kind of overwhelmed with that and some other things. So, dude, hats off to you. Let me take my hat off.
It's
Thank
my
you
pleasure,
very
man.
much. Yeah,
I'm glad.
appreciate
I'm
you.
glad I can help. I feel like a part of it. So that's what I was hoping I could help. Just and if it goes good, I did do something. If it goes bad, then you did it. So I'm just okay.
Well, that's what, that's a fair trade-off, because beggars can't be choosers here. So thank you. Yeah, but it's great. And Matt, Crypto Heartbeat, the founder of the Texan token, I'm co-founder. He has contacts all over the place too. The TNM, the nonprofit Texas Independence Group here, they've shown up pretty well at every single event. I think we've had at least 30 people at every single event we've been to. So I can't complain, and we're really, this isn't just going there and hanging out and drinking beers. I'm very active in my approach. I make sure that I see everybody there, and then I kind of, after our introductions, I kind of tweak it and I start interrogating them about what they know and they don't know. It's because we have to take advantage of the time that we have to help teach these people and kind of intrigue these people and pique their curiosity. So
That's
Cool.
awesome.
yeah.
So what's like a frequent question you're getting? I mean, are you getting a repeat of? Because I think there's kind of like this. People are coming for the TNM, the Texas National Movement, and some of them probably have no clue of what Texan even is, right? So are you getting a question of like, what is this, or are you finding out that they actually know what the heck it is?
I'll answer a little bit, and then I'm curious kind of what questions that you've gotten that kind of pop up. So the neat thing here is that the TNM already has an infrastructure like we talked about, and they have been talking to their people, to their email list and their blast, and all the, they meet maybe once a week in different parts of Texas. They have lots and lots of meetups, and this is on their agenda for them to talk about Texan token and Pulse Chain and this and that. So we're there to kind of fill in the gaps of knowledge, and we're kind of there also to help educate their leadership about how to talk intelligently to their people. So what are some common questions that you've got?
Yeah, if it's a Texan question, they usually go towards these guys. And then he says if it's a crypto question, ask Heartbeat or HEXray. And we've gotten everything from like the beginning questions, like what is a MetaMask and how do I get this set up, to people literally pulling out their spreadsheet on their scraping ladder and their staking ladder and asking us if we think their math is correct. Yeah. And then we are also getting a lot of people saying, where the hell is Pulse Chain?
Right.
So that's like the number one question is, when's Pulse Chain going to come out? It's like, this beer's going to go like as long as it needs to go until Pulse Chain shows up. So I'm suffering right along with all you guys waiting for Pulse Chain.
Yeah.
So it's really crazy where people are at. They're brand new, and some of them are super advanced.
Wow. That's cool.
There's a wide swath, and they would also ask, like, what is Pulse Chain? So we're having to kind of break it down that way and talk about, think about the internet back in the day, and you could barely send an email, and then it kind of matured, and now you're able to build companies on top of the internet. That's very similar to our relationship with Pulse Chain and Texan, or Pulse Chain and Hex, or whatever. So we're just, it's really neat because we're getting people that know nothing, and we're able to lay a solid foundation for them, not only with their knowledge of crypto, but also like security. We can teach them to do it the right way the first time so they don't lose their keys and things like that.
Mhm.
And you really see, I've seen excitement. It's starting to click in these people's eyes. They've been hearing about it from their leadership, but to be able to be there and convey the message and have really knowledgeable people there with us, I really think we need to probably come back here in a couple months and just keep reinforcing all of this. So it's been incredible experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys got to see that magic when you guys were out helping people on the KSB tour, and the moment that someone realizes that you care more about their success than your own, it's like a light goes off in their head, and that's when the real community like starts to grow, right? You know, and so I remember seeing that in Salt Lake when you guys came through, and to be a part of that and see someone actually trust you and believe that you actually want to help them, and not because you're getting something back in return, but because you want to see the world become a better place, is very, very rewarding. So I wanted to say, you know, hats off to ASB for you know, striking that match and starting that fire.
Yeah. That is a great segue for this little video that T-Rob made.
Let's learn.
So for any of the people out there that are watching now or that may watch this on replay, that really just don't know what the Texan token is, help us out. Give us your, you know, your elevator pitch.
Yeah, very simply, for the more advanced folks, this is going to be a PRC20. At this point, we do not have plans to launch on Ethereum. We want to be one of the Genesis projects on Pulse Chain. And what this is, we kind of listened to Richard Hart, and we built a project the way that he says if somebody were to build one, this is probably what he would do these days. And we took a contract. We created a contract from the ground up, actually. It has 100 trillion tokens on launch. Out of that 100 trillion tokens, only 3% will be available when it does launch. 97% is going to be locked up in a smart contract that nobody has the keys to, and it's going to act like a giant credit and debit account for staking. So the 3% that launches, 1% will go to the Texan team, 1% will go to all the donors. We're currently in a donation phase where you can donate directly to a nonprofit organization, and then 1% is going to go to that organization. So here's the neat thing about this. At launch, 3% total, 2/3 of that is going to be locked up for 22 years from the start. That leaves only 1% is going to be available for anybody to essentially play with, right? So if you have your Texan token, you can stake your Texan token for 22 years. This contract mimics an endowment, meaning that it is designed to be able to use the interest that is accrued to pay for any type of expenses or costs. And this is designed directly for nonprofit organizations. And even if you're not a nonprofit, this can benefit you in a big way. You are able to scrape your interest, all accumulated interest, up until, you know, whatever point that you decide to scrape. So if you're in a 10-year stake and 5 years in, you want to scrape interest without having to sell your whole bag, you can scrape that interest with no penalty. It starts you back at day one. It recalculates how much interest you would have. It takes that amount out of supply, burns it, and then you start, you know, you have 5 years left, and it calculates that. You get a 5% base interest rate per year. Every single year that you hold, you get a small multiplier, and this kind of simulates compounding interest, okay? So this is a deflationary token. It starts with 100 trillion. It will be deflationary by means of, if anybody early in stakes, and we know that there's a lot of that happens in crypto. A lot of that happens on Hedron. A lot of that happens on HEX. Yeah, we will actually burn 100% of all those fees. It doesn't get redistributed to stakers, and it doesn't go to a wallet. So it's just going to be burned forever, and that's how we get to be deflationary at that point. And you will be able to have a scraping function that allows you to scrape your interest. So it's really, really that simple. There is no T-share system or anything like that. It's just it's a very, very simple contract, and we wanted to make it simple for that reason, because we have a whole community that we're trying to onboard to crypto. We don't want to kind of blow their minds right from the start.
Absolutely.
10 days left.
Yeah.
And then, so you said that, you work with a nonprofit. I know what nonprofit you guys work with. Did you kind of mention who they are and why you chose to partner with them on this first smart contract launch?
Yeah. So the nonprofit is a 501c4, okay, and they're called the Texas Nationalist Movement. And these folks, for the past 20 or 25 years or so, have been dedicated to pushing the independence of Texas. And this got on our radar because Matt, Crypto Heartbeat, read the book called Texit from Daniel Miller. Really, really well connected all throughout Texas and politics, and he's the executive director, or I'm sorry, he's the president of the TNM. And in that book, he said that they've had a really difficult time figuring out how to raise money, right? So one of the things that we wanted to do is reach out to them because we really like their message. We like their message about being a leader for the rest of the states to kind of push back against some of the crazy that's happening. And specifically for me, and these are my thoughts and my thoughts alone, the money system in the Western world is completely screwed up. And I like the fact that they're pushing back against that. So that's how we got connected with them. Matt reached to the TNM after reading that book and says, hey, how much money do you guys want to raise here? And that's just how the conversation got started. So during this donation phase, you will be donating directly to this 501c4. This money does not go to myself, it does not go to Matt, or it does not go to my team. You donate to them, and then thankfully with them, they will give us your MetaMask address if you decide to provide it, and you will be airdropped no value tokens from the start there once we launch.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so there's a donation phase right now, right? And
Yeah.
then you guys hit the road because it's coming to an end. So that's kind of, this last little push. So you got like 10 days left on that. How does that donation phase work?
Yeah. So if you go to texan.cc/donate, we have given people the option to actually donate cryptocurrency directly to this nonprofit. Or you can also donate cash with your card, a debit card, or credit card through Swipe. If you do decide to donate cash, you just have to provide a MetaMask address if that's what you want to do. If not, you can donate crypto, and we'll just basically link your wallet. So the neat thing here is if you have donated up until this point, or any time from now until the end, we are giving a flat 10,000 to 1 for anybody that is interested in donating. Okay, so 10,000 no value Texan tokens for every dollar that's donated. I will say this, however, Matt and I recognize that there are people that have gone out on a limb for us from the start, and we also recognize that we need to appreciate these people who have supported us from the start as well. So there could be some additional perks after the donation phase is over, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
No expectation.
Tell them about the top 10 addresses.
Yeah, if you're a top 3 address, okay, you're going to get 150%. All right, so you get 150% more than the 10,000 to 1. If you're address 4 through 10, you will get 100%. On top of your 10,000 to 1. So I would expect, our top wallet right now has donated about $200,000 to the TNM. And I think our third place wallet, for example, about $30,000. And then going down to the top 10, probably about $5,000 right now would get you into the top 10 currently.
Cool.
So are you able to speak on, from the success of the donation phase so far, how many new onboards are you guys getting? Are you getting more donations from people already in crypto, or have you guys got a lot of donations from completely their membership?
So this is interesting. One of the cool things about the way we set up the donation phase is we have cash donations, but we also have crypto donations. We expected that the T&M would be more apt to donate with cash because obviously they're not in crypto yet. So between the two, we've raised just shy of about probably about $900,000, which is pretty cool. And I would say that if the turnout here in any indication, I would say that we've had many more T&M folks show up overall than we've had people exist in crypto. So it's difficult for me to place a number because obviously if you're donating crypto, you're completely anonymous. I would say that maybe 40% of the folks that we have that have participated probably have been T&M members, if not more, maybe about 50%. So now it's a very, very small amount when you look at the big picture, which is the total membership that they have is over 400,000. But that's why we're here. We're here to educate, and we're here to start these little small wildfires all across the state that hopefully just kind of grow, and we come back and just kind of reinforce it every 2 or 3 months and keep going.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I think that's really, really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
T-Rob, I was looking in the chat just to confirm what you just said. Freddie Quotes is asking 5K will get you in the top 10, huh?
Yeah, let me check real quick. I'm going to give you actual
Real-time
info here, and I'll tell you exactly what we got.
I know Freddie likes being in the top.
Dude, Freddie, no way. Not Freddie.
What's up, Freddie?
All right.
So we've got quite a few in the chat tonight. That's cool.
Yeah, so if we look at the, it's kind of increased. I guess I would expect it to increase. And that's pretty cool to see, by the way. It means stuff might be paying off here. Our first place is 200,000. Second place is 61,000. Third place is 30,000. Fourth is 18. Fifth is 15. Sixth is 11,800. Seventh is 11,800. Wow. And seventh, eighth, and ninth, they're all 11,800. So there's some gaming going on here. Somebody's playing a little game here. So and then,
someone's trying to round out the end of the top.
Yeah,
top 10.
Trying to round it out. And then number 10 is actually 10,000. So 10,000 is the new 5,000 here, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, are you in Austin tonight? You're like, are you like ready, huh? You ready for another party or what?
Yeah.
That's on where we are.
South Austin Beer Garden.
And
right here.
Literally, if we walked out the door, we're in a parking lot right above the venue.
Yeah.
Which is really bad for him because he's an alcoholic, and that'll just give him a reason to stumble back. Much easier.
Hey,
it's too easy to make it to bed.
Yeah, too easy to make.
We have the Starlink set up on the roof of the camper right now. That's how we're streaming.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Musk.
So yeah, man, it's just been absolutely amazing. One of the things that worried me, and this is kind of my I guess my background in sales a little bit. They always teach you to be doing something, and I would always feel guilty if I had downtime. And I don't want to go through the end of this donation phase thinking that I could have done more, because that would really eat me up. And I think that now I don't know if it was God or what it was, but it just came to me that I need to go out to these people. I don't need to be sitting behind a keyboard anymore. I think that's where I'm going to be best used. And a lot of that, it doesn't come with a lot of notoriety, but it's a huge impact, as I'm sure you know, Black Hexicans, because you make huge impacts in people's lives, and then it reflects over longer periods of time. So it's not very glamorous. It's the hard road to take, but it's the road that I think pays off the best in the long run. So that's what we're doing here, and I'm very excited, and I want people to win. I really do. I want these people to see the joy that I've seen in other people's eyes and lives, really. And these people have no idea what's possible. So very excited.
Yeah. Awesome.
So only 10 days left before this donation phase is over. What can we expect to happen after the donation phase closes? Because you guys are kind of just waiting for post chain, essentially. Is that right?
Yeah. So some neat things that are going to happen after that. We are going to have the free claim period, and actually that's going to the details of that are going to be announced. So what's that mean? That means that if you are a hex staker, a pulse hex sacrificer, a pulse chain sacrificer, total wallet should be about 140,000. Those folks are going to be able to free claim and have access to this free airdrop as a token of our appreciation to the community that helped build who we are. And we totally understand that. This is without the community, we would be absolutely nothing. I'd be sitting there streaming about some bullshit safe moon or something, crying myself to sleep every night. So thanks to the community in a really, really, really big way. And that's one of our ways to kind of take a look at that. So there will be a free claim for those folks, hex stakers, pulse hex, and pulse chain sacrificers. And then we're just going to continue the education process. We're going to continue the Zoom calls with leadership. We're going to just keep pressing. It's education, all hands on deck. And we want to get these people to a point. It's kind of like a pyramid down in terms of education. You teach 10 or 15 people within the organization so they have a really good grasp on it, and then they teach 10 or 15 people, and then they teach 10 or 15 people. So it's education, guys. That's exactly what it is. And we understand it's going to be a lot of hard work, but it's going to pay off for both of our communities, I think.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I see great success for Texan Token. Since I found out about it, I've been a supporter or advocate for it. Just for me, mainly because it works directly with nonprofits, and that's something I'm always going to have a passion for, is getting boots on the ground. And I know in the nonprofit world, they want to see your face. This computer, being behind the screens, that's just not the proper approach, for these type of communities. So I love how you guys have gone to action and got in your motor home and got out there and are doing the real hard work, because it is hard work. So I definitely, know what you guys are going through, and I applaud your work 100%. I also look forward to possibly working with you guys in the future, because for me, when the Pulse Chain Tour comes through Texas, we want the projects that have the most potential to ensure that Pulse Chain is not a ghost chain, working with us, being at our workshops, teaching about what it is that they're doing to make sure that Pulse Chain is a booming chain, So I'm
Absolutely.
looking forward to it.
I'm all on board with that. We got to work together. We got to make it happen. We're much stronger together than we are apart. So yes, and I want to say this too. You were one of the first people that got it, and I saw that, and you got it quick. So that's a testament to just how intelligent you are. And I really appreciate the support. Thank you for having me on your channel. I also want to thank this guy right here. This is his RV, and he rogered up to help me out with this, and I'm completely indebted to him and his wife, and I really, really appreciate it. And Trob, Nate Stakes, Samantha, Katie, all the folks here in chat that are just here day in and day out and answering questions in our Telegram. We've got an incredible team of incredible people, and we've just been blessed with really good people top to bottom. So I just got to give those accolades. I'm on the tip of the spear, but it's only because these people are helping me out so much. So thank you, guys.
Yes. And I know Hexray is a man of action.
Yes.
I've witnessed it firsthand. Salt Lake City would have been nothing like it was. It was our first major, huge success, in my opinion, as far as the road tour goes. And that was because of his action. So 100%, that is a great person to have on your team right there. And for the Texan token, having HEXray is a huge asset in this community. And I would be very proud to be a Texan holder at this point.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you very much for the kind words. Do you see that? That's a HEXray chick. That was a HEXray chick sighting, dude. That's like Sasquatch. You're not gonna catch that. Screenshot that. Someone screenshot that. Make a t-shirt. I'm just saying. I was about to say, you know, if you think about your life before you found the Hexicans community, or really any community, it's pretty rough. I mean, most people, if they're really lucky, they might have a little bit of community at their church, right? Mm. But I guarantee you, they don't have community at their work. You know, they're so busy with their lives and their families, they don't have time to go make friends and go find people that want to help them succeed in life. And so I'm constantly reminded of how blessed we are and how much we take for granted the Hexican community. It really is like the best thing that's happened to my life. You know, along with the financial freedom, was just like when I was chasing dollars to get out of driving a truck. To me, that was it. That was the end goal. And then we found this community. I'm going to get a little teary here, but honestly, it's like family. And unless we go out there and prove to people that we actually care about them, then they're not going to find this awesome blessing, right? So it's totally worth all the effort. And I really, really appreciate all the people behind the scenes. Like you said, the people in chat, there really are an amazing community. And we haven't seen anything yet. Like we can't even picture what this community is going to be like in 5 or 10 years. So that's really what I'm excited about. And I just want to thank you guys for being part of this amazing community.
Absolutely. And I think that we're bringing on an incredible community to the Pulse Chain ecosystem, guys. And for some of you, there are some detractors out there that say that, oh, you're stealing from Hex and this and that. And I tell people it's adding to Hex. It's adding to Pulse Chain. It's very difficult for layer 2 minded people to transition to a layer 1 world, but it's going to be okay because of things like projects like this and projects like others that really care for people. And we're going to be already are a very special community, but even more so when Pulse Chain launches.
Yeah, it's adding to crypto. And I think people need to think about that more, that we are very early in crypto and there's still just not enough people in crypto, right? So let's not be so focused on everyone has to be in Hex or has to be in this. Like, let's just educate and allow people to make informed decisions on how they want to create their own financial freedom. So I know you guys have a meetup, so I don't want to hold you guys too long. I want you to be on time. But before you guys go,
that's me, guys. That's me. You have the moves.
Do you have any funny stories that has happened so far on this trip, or anything you want to share?
I've got a story. A really funny story. So we're hanging out after Dallas, and everyone's cleared out. They shut the bar down. There's like 5 of us walking around. John Kampala, shout out to him. He's definitely be checking this out. But we're just like wandering around. There's this beautiful lake, just walking distance from the brewery or the pub we were at. And so we all just go out to see the lake. We're hanging out at the lake and stuff. We start going back, and my HEXray chick and Brandon start arguing over which is the best way to go back. Like too many chiefs, not enough Indians, right? So he shoots off into the woods, and we're like, forget him. We go back on the trail that I did my live stream on, right? We're crossing this bridge, and out of the woods, this hand comes reaching up, and he screams, scared the hell out of HEXray. So HEXray chick used to play college basketball. I've never seen her jump a vertical like that in my life, dude. She was airborne, screaming in the moonlight.
Guys,
it was awesome.
The execution was flawless. I wish you could have been there.
Well,
I've
you
never
are
seen
scary,
anybody-
man. You scare me during the daylight too. So
You see me in the daylight? I only come out at night. You know that.
Oh
was
man, I
definitely
would have
fun
killed
times.
you.
that's
Like
cool.
I got that fight, so I probably would have
You gotta
like
kick at him.
Punched him in the face, huh?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
I worked for it. I had to climb up the side of that bridge. So I was
I'm not gonna
staged and
ask-
ready to go. Yeah.
Brandon, I'm not going to ask how many beers in you were because it
Tequila.
sounds like. Oh, okay, okay,
Tequila makes him climb things.
okay,
That's
okay. That's
true.
good to know.
There's truth to that, fellas, ladies and gentlemen.
That's great. Well, it's been a pleasure catching up with you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck on your road trip and great success. Anything else, T-Rob, from you before they
No,
go?
I appreciate what you guys are doing. I mean, I know like Brandon doesn't bathe much, so I know it's probably bad in there, but just appreciate. No, all seriousness, you guys, thank you so much because it's bigger than just Texas. It's one thing you mentioned earlier, Brandon. I know you guys need to go, but you mentioned that people sometimes push back on that. You guys are just out there talking about Texan, but I mean, how many times have you talked about Pulse Chain and Hex and everything else while you're out there? It all goes together, kind of what BlaKC was saying. It's like, you're a tribe, man. We're just building it together. So I appreciate what you guys are doing.
What percentage of people who are holding Hex hold other assets in this community? Probably 80 or 90% of people.
Right.
Do people think that's going to change if we onboard a bunch of Texans? No, they're going to start looking at this stream. They're going to start looking at all sorts of streamers. They're going to get into Hex. They're going to get into Hedron. They're going to learn about the copies. They're going to learn. It's just it's cross pollination. That's what we need to have happen here.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Absolutely. Well, have a great time tonight, guys, and we'll look for some more updates on HEXray's channel or Rag's channel for whatever else happens on this crazy road trip.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Freddie. Thanks for coming to chat, man. Looking forward to seeing you after this. And Nate and Sam and KD and everybody and T-Rob, thank you guys so much. Thank you for having us on the channel. I'm honored.
Thanks, guys. Be safe
Bye,
out
guys.
there.
All right, bye.
Oh, that
All
was
right.
great. So
That was good.
yeah, I really like what those guys are doing, and they just have such great energy. It's just fun, that's what I was saying about what I do. Even though it's my job, like I enjoy it so much. I enjoy going to these events.
Right.
I put my talents and abilities, towards the community to make what I'm already doing that much, better.
Yeah, I mean, you and KSB, I mean, started this, and I mean, like, hats off to you because it's like I've done a lot of event planning, and I know the work that goes in, especially when you're on the road because there's so many unknowns. You get at places you're like, oh boy, this is a dump, or like this isn't going to work, or so. I mean, thank you for all that you do as well. And you got the Hex Cruise coming up, right? So
I do have
like,
Hex Cruise, but
I'm really stoked.
before that, we have Hex Birthday.
Oh,
And
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I got this little promo video that I want to share with whoever is still watching before we get out of here, and then we'll be right back.
Man,
Yeah,
that's a great video. That beautiful San Diego, man.
I am so excited for that. Big shout out to Bullish. He created that video for us. He had also done a video for us for the post-con activities all that week.
Nice.
And so I reached out for him to help me
Really
out
well
with this one. Yeah, it's great. And, you know, I'm excited because it's my birthday too. Like, we'll get to celebrate my birthday, then celebrate the Hex birthday. We got 2 awesome events that day with the yacht party and then a partial buyout at a nightclub. The yacht party is already, we have 40 spots maximum, and we've already sold 30. Like,
Wow.
I know,
Wow.
right? Isn't that like,
That's
that just shows you how much, you know, Hexicans enjoy each other's company and doing things together. So if you are interested in coming to San Diego and being a part of the yacht party, probably want to get in contact with me really soon because that one will 100% sell out. What you can still also take part in is the nightclub that won't sell out, and then the Cabana day party, and that's crypto and cocktails. It's a day party, and it's not just for Hex. We're outreaching to different NFT people. Mentor will be there, and just, you know, a lot of crypto enthusiasts. We just want to, you know, keep this energy going of meeting people and networking and growing the space.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, every time I talk to you, you have something else going on. So I don't know how you do it, but I'm amazed by you. You give me energy. I like when I get off this, I'm like, man, I got to go do something.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna have to get one of these videos made for the Hex Cruise so that we can start promoting that. But we're still really early in that. I'm trying
Yeah.
not to over promote it where I get bombarded with you know, requests. So I'm kind of letting it happen organically, naturally. Still an amazing turnout. We already have 59 paid deposits, 59
Great.
travelers on that cruise. And I expect it to probably be 200 or 300 by the time we get to the date. So
On that cruise, like, is there going to be events that you guys are planning during the cruise? Like give me
yeah.
an example of what you're
Okay.
working on.
So the main one that we already have confirmed, we don't know what night it will be on yet. I'm guessing that it's the night that we're on the ship the entire day. But
Mhm.
we'll have a private cocktail party. And at this private cocktail party, hors d'oeuvres and cocktails, we will do the Hexi Awards, right? So
Okay.
that's what we've been taking the nominations for.
Right.
And by that time, we'll be able to announce the winner. And we're hoping that the ship Wi-Fi is good enough to where we can stream that for all the people back at home, and for, you know, possible winners that can't come on, you know, on the cruise.
Yeah.
They can still stream in to accept their awards.
Cool.
That's
Love it.
one that's already done. We are working on a lot of excursions. Like with Freddie, we're trying to set up a deep sea fishing type of excursion with the Kryptosparbuch guys. They 100% want to swim with pigs. Blue Bum and SJ, they want to do some kind of like yoga on the beach.
Oh, cool.
So we are all working on different excursions and packages to be able to make sure that it's a great time all 4 days.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited. So I'm excited. I'm signed up and I'm ready to go. I wish it was like, well, I know you don't, but I wish it was coming up quick. But
No, this is probably the longest that I've had between a Hexagon event, like that I've had this much time. We started planning this one like a year out.
yeah,
And normally as Hexicans, I mean, that tour, I was planning parties and events with like a week, 2 weeks in advance. So this is a huge blessing to be able to have this much time to put into something.
yeah, yeah. It reminds me, the first time I ever did a music festival, I just got this wild idea and I put it together in 3 weeks. We had 25 bands in a park in a city, and it all came together. And I don't know how, because I was just like, me and my wife are just running crazy putting it together. But I definitely know what you mean. It's just like you go into this mode of like, you just got to get stuff done. So anyway,
Yeah, that's crazy. 25 bands, 3 weeks. I mean, you must have been really connected to be able to get this many people involved.
I mean, I was pretty, I knew the right people to call, so it definitely helped. And so yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome. So Yeah, that's pretty much, all I got. I'm just every day just adding to the adding to the events that we have going on.
I understand. Well, thank you again for all you do. And thank you for just allowing me to be part of this show, and being on KSB is cool. And I'm excited. If you need help with anything, you can scream at me. So
Absolutely. You've been great. Every time I ask you for anything, you come through with flying colors. So I really do appreciate you, T-Rob.
yeah, right back at you. So, well, I guess we'll quit chatting and get off of here and let everybody go do their thing tonight.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Take care, everybody.
Read it.